Hello, everyone. I'm Bob Rorlach with the Greater Tampa Chamber of Commerce, and I want to thank you and welcome the viewers for tuning in to our 2018 Candidate Interview Series. At the Chamber, our mission is to serve our members and enhance our community by building business success. Key partners in building that business success are our elected officials, and that is why we believe it is important to engage the candidates to get a sense of where they stand on the business issues. We're excited to have Aakash Patel, who is running for the County Commission District 7 at-large seat with us today. Thank you for joining us today, Aakash.
Thank you for having me.
Sure. We're going to dive right into the questions shortly, but we wanted to give you an opportunity to briefly introduce yourself in 30 seconds or less on why you are running for office.
Well, Bob, as you know, I graduated from Sickles High School here in Tampa, went to Florida State University and came back to Tampa, got involved in the community, and saw a need for companies to, when they relocate here, to help them guide them through our community efforts. So I started a business and got involved in the business community, was appointed to the chair of the Early Learning Coalition in 2014, and saw a disconnect between the age and diversity in our county commission and felt that I needed to run to make a difference and represent our community.
All right, very good. All right, let's get into the questions. The business community is desperate for a plan to address transportation in Tampa Bay and Hillsborough County. However, the political will from our elected officials has been non-existent. Currently, there is a proposed plan for the Regional Transit Feasibility Study that identified bus rapid transit as the catalyst project and one option, not the only option, to help move the needle. Specifically, do you support bus rapid transit, the concept as it has been proposed? If not, what alternative plan would you propose and how would you fund it?
I do support the BRT project. In fact, there's a great story in today's business journal called The Notorious BRT. I think we need affordable, regional, timely solutions. And as a member of the Chamber Board of Directors and a member of the business community, it is definitely not the only solution, but is a solution moving forward because it lives within our means. In a business, you have to have a budget and a plan. And in a transportation system that hasn't been changed in 20 years because our commission hasn't come to a consensus for a plan. This is a plan, the BRT, that the business leaders have looked at, reviewed, and come up with and proposed, and they have a timeline. A timeline is effective because we have an increasing need to help our community as we grow. We're going to have 800,000 new residents by the year 2030. That's almost 2 million people. So we have to be effective and affordable, and I think BRT does that.
All right, very good. Sticking with transportation, there is a grassroots effort to secure enough signatures to get a referendum on the ballot for a sales tax increase to fund transportation and transit in Hillsborough County. Do you support a 1-cent sales tax to fund mass transit and road projects? If not, how do you suggest we pay for the many transportation needs we have?
I think we have to reevaluate our budget. I do not support the 1-cent sales tax until we realize where the money is actually going. I think the voters do have a right to get this initiative on the ballot. The county commission has let us down, frankly, and the business community has talked about it. And I've been on the board of the chamber when we voted on this issue 2 years ago and had an emergency board meeting. The commissioners should let the voters decide if we should increase taxes. I do not believe in increasing taxes. I think we need to live within our means just like a business owner does.
All right, very good. Moving on to a new topic on public schools. Hillsborough County Public Schools have made great strides in recent years to erase the deficit, rank as one of the top large school districts in the country, and increase graduation rates specifically for minority students. It's critical for the business community that our school system is producing talent for tomorrow. But funding remains a challenge. How will you work with the school board and the superintendent to make sure our schools have the resources needed to handle growth in Hillsborough County?
One of my missions currently as the chair of the Early Learning Coalition and serving on Governor Scott's Florida Early Learning Advisory Council is to work with the superintendent and making sure that our early learning, the 0 through 4 space, has the business resources and the awareness that we need. I will use my relationships and private sector experience to make sure that the school board also has public-private partnerships. I want a scholarship to go to Florida State University from the Hillsborough Education Foundation. I went through public school my entire life. I believe in the public school system, and I also believe that we need to make sure that our business community is supportive of our school system. In recent articles, you've read about the deficits and the misappropriation of funds. our accusations through our school district, and we need to fix that. We need to get business leaders to come inside and help them get the word out about our education system and help raise awareness.
All right. Let's move on to baseball. A ballpark in the urban core has the potential to be a commerce driver, much like the Tampa Bay Lightning and Amalie Arena has been. Do you support the Ybor site that has been identified by the county and the Tampa Bay Rays? And if elected, what is your vision for financing a ballpark in Ybor?
Well, if elected, as a proud member of the Rays 100 group, I will 100% support the Rays move into Tampa. Baseball is an economic driver for our community, as I'm an investor in the Tampa ADC, and I go out and help recruit businesses, and I work with companies to relocate here. Sports is a big reason they're here. I do not believe public dollars should go to the stadium completely. I think it needs to be a public-private partnership, but the business community needs to step up, and that's why I agreed to be on the Rays 100. There are a lot of companies that use sporting events to recruit their clients and to take their clients to entertain, and I think that's what that the Ybor district would be great for. My family's been in hospitality for over 30 years in Hillsborough County. We have seen the growth, as you know, 116 million tourists visit Florida every year. Every 76 tourists is one new job created, and we have to keep tourism going. In the Ybor core, the urban core, with the baseball stadium, tourism would thrive. Not only would tourism thrive, our economic recruitment would thrive. And with what's going on in downtown, it's a perfect fit. So I'm in support of the stadium. Financing, I think we need to make sure we have private funding.
Okay. As we wrap up, we want to prioritize your goals if elected. The funding pie is only so big, and it's difficult to fund everything. Plus, the potential homestead exemption increase, if passed, could have a big impact on local government spending. We've mentioned 3 areas where funding is needed: transportation, schools, and the Rays ballpark. Can you prioritize the order in which you would fund them, or other priorities you have that we didn't address?
Transportation number 1 for sure. As I knocked on doors in Sun City Center yesterday and spoke last night in Keystone. And the number 1 issue across the county is transportation. Number 2 is education. I've never met a parent who says they don't want their child to get a great education. And Hillsborough County is the 8th largest school district. We have to make sure that what the county commission purview has is early learning and after school. We have to make sure that we fund those initiatives properly. And I plan to increase that if elected. Okay. Number 3, economic development. Economic development, then tourism. Economic development means the budget that the county commission has, we can recruit great companies, engineering companies, and manufacturing companies. My brother is 21 years old, just graduated from the University of Michigan, and couldn't find a mechanical engineering job here in Hillsborough County. He now lives in Cincinnati. That's a problem. We have to recruit the industries to help our talent gap close. And the last one is tourism. As you know, tourism is such a great industry in our state and our community, and we have just surpassed the tourism threshold. We're going to get a 6th sense. We have 30 million visitors, over 30 million visitors this year. We can increase that by recruiting great events and making sure the entire tourism community is one. And that's why I go and advocate for these direct flights that we have for our Tampa International Airport and the exciting cruise lines that are coming to Port Tampa Bay.
Okay, as we wrap up, where can voters go to learn more about your campaign and your positions on the issues important to them?
My website is Patel, Patel 2018.com. Our hashtag is Patel 2018. And on Twitter, I'm at Patel, Patel, TIMES.
All right, great. On behalf of the 1,400 members of the Greater Tampa Chamber of Commerce and our board of directors, thank you for joining us today and your willingness to serve in elected office. This concludes our video interview. Thank you.